health problems related to the excessive use of gaming will flourish.
Hello and welcome to your fucking dumb news. I'm your host, Dr. Paradox. These are dirty. Today I shall be talking about the issue of media exaggerating the fact that games are bad for kids, and how parents should calm the fuck down and not be worried about their children playing it. I know, Ryan McCarthy doing an assessment on gaming. Shocker there. I will begin breaking this down by calling out the bullshit in the media, such as the blonde berserker, and why the fuck are we here? What game will we be looking at, you ask? Well, a game that has been very popular in the past 3 years, even though it's a huge rip-off of the rip-off of the rip-off of the rip-off. Fortnite. A few months ago, parents launched a lawsuit against the creators of Fortnite, God knows why. My guess, like Georgina Gardner, she wants Fortnite banned, even though the simplest option is to not let your kids play it. No matter how much anyone complains about gaming, the simple fact remains. Too much of anything can be addicting. It doesn't matter what it is.
This week, a 9-year-old made headlines for wetting herself in bed rather than leaving the game.
I beg your pardon? He wet himself. I mean, yeah, that's terrible, but that's not the game's fault. If anything, it's the parents. I don't get how you could possibly let your kid play. I don't get how you could possibly let your kid play for that long. That happens.
This is what the scientific community is telling us, that this is really something that we need to be very mindful of.
See, that I have no problem with. Mate, you can't let a 5-year-old play any game for 20 hours. That's common sense.
Steve, as part of their claim, these parents allege there was an intention to create something addictive without proper warning. What are your thoughts? Have they got a case?
No, I don't think so. I think, look, you know, get a grip, Canada. I mean, I think it comes down to better parenting.
What a legend. Exactly. It all comes down to better parenting. If you have a 5-year-old who plays Fortnite and when he gets off, he starts pulling the heads of turkeys, he's probably got a problem. Maybe you should step in as a parent and separate him from it. But to do that, you actually have to put the effort in, like play the game. Being able to relate and talk to them about the game will give you a better understanding of what he's actually playing. But that's too hard. It's easier just to be angry. There's another episode from the Today Show. It's quite old, but I thought it'd be pretty good to put in. It shows how little media has changed over the years, and how it seems they wish to frighten parents because that, of course, gets the clicks.
And so what's the aim of the game?
To kill all the other players in the game.
Correct. So how does that compare, Sandy, to a game of footy with your mates?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Unequivocal research.
Sorry?
Unequivocal research.
Say that again?
Unequivocal.
Unequivocal. Interesting. I mean, it's common for journalists to pick up smart words, to sound big brain, to get their point across. But to actually mess that up just portrays you as a dumb
Good lord, this gonzo is quite good-watery. I say the women on this show are quite cantankerous. They must be nincompoops, zertzing from that cup of bad news and exaggerating them for views.
Damn, that rhymed. I could be a rapper, folks. No, I couldn't. Also, I'd like to point out the obvious. This lady here seems really out for the game. I mean, I hate the piece of shit myself, but goddamn, she's out for blood. She's so unbelievably one-sided too, as most media outlets are. ABC and SBS at least try to stay neutral, but then again, government-paid news, which means they don't rely on ads. News tends to go for more of negative issues because that's what ups the view count and achieves more clicks with catchy titles like "Gaming could actually give you lung cancer." I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean, right?
So how does that compare, Sandy, to a game of footy with your mates?
Oh, because there's never been violent playing football before.
Ah, and would you look at that? Broadcasted on the same network as the Today Show. But I bet they don't make segments saying football causes violence because that'd cost them money.
There's over 130 evidence-based pieces of research that tell us that violent games like this increase aggressiveness, increase angry thoughts, increase aggressive behaviour.
What? Sorry, Today Show, but are you where the fuck are your sources? They're quite non-existent. Do their research, but as a graduated scientist myself with over 60 billion qualifications, I know that to back up our arguments, you gotta have them. Haha, I'm just joking, guys. We like to have fun here. What you actually should have is the APA referencing in your description. Thank you. But in all seriousness, I, Ryan McCarthy, the absolute definition of a moron, could go to Google and find countless sources that say you're wrong.
That this is really something that we need to be very mindful of.
Of course you should be mindful with everything your child does. That is literally the job of a parent. But playing Fortnite is not the worst thing your child could do. Should 3-year-olds be playing it? No. That's common sense. If you need a fucking news report to tell you that, mate, then you should probably have your kids taken away, because you're a fucking moron. But again, kids going psycho is not the game's fault. You could say, oh, but violence, blood and gore are inappropriate for children. Now, sometimes you'd be right, but games like Fortnite don't have that. The gameplay includes a gingerbread man shooting an astronaut. It's not gonna scar a kid for life. I'm sorry, but if a kid that's 10 years old gets corrupted from that stuff, mate, breaking news, he was already destined to be a serial killer. There was nothing that could be done.
So many parents are saying it's okay because we're not seeing the blood and guts.
That's a complete cop-out.
There she goes again. Can you say one bloody word without being one-sided?
For who it's actually intended to play it. And the reason this game has a...
Therein lies the point for who is intended to
But this
play it.
game, the classification of this game is not restrictive to a particular age. There is a guide to the age, which is teenagers, but it's not restricted to it because of the content in the game. So because of that, you as a parent need to step up and you need to say, you know what, I understand what my kids are consuming here and I'm either okay or I'm not okay.
This is exactly what I'm saying. Thank you, dude. Play the game. Understand what your kids are doing. If you think they're playing too much, step in. Talk to them about it. Get on their level. Have a conversation. Have a relationship with your child. That's what you should be doing. But this again has nothing to do with the game. So chill the flipper-dipper-snipper-mipper out. Man, god damn. Let's move on to one of the news media outlets that I hate the most. A current affair.
First, let's move on. It was The Sims, then Minecraft and Pokemon Go. Actually, if you're my age, first it was Pac-Man, but never mind.
Damn, sister. That's crazy, but like,
It's currently one of the most popular video games in the world, with 46 million players worldwide.
Some of my friends actually can't get games like these.
Why is that?
Their parents just think it's not very good.
Why the music? They're making those stories seem like they found the lost city of El Dorado or some shit.
It's not so much angry, he's just frustrated.
Well, yeah. You'd be frustrated if you lost any game you played, right? Even Go Fish could probably peeve someone off if they lost when they were so close to winning. Unfortunately, if you have a large sum of money, you can pay a scientist an unreasonable amount to get him to go do scientist things and back up your point of view. A few years back, a show called The Weekly summed this up really well. Full credit to them for this. They explained that parents used to blame Nintendo for causing violence. Mario was causing violence. They've been doing this shit for years, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I thought this issue was relevant because due to quarantine, I've noticed a lot of kids have been spending more time playing video games. After conversing with a few people, I've noticed that they're producing the same issue of their parents not getting off their backs. I mean, this might seem one-sided because I myself am a teenager, but believe it or not, I reckon it's okay for parents to tell their kids to get off video games if they've spent a while on it. Even though parents seem harsh, they do have the best interest at heart. However, gaming does not cause violence. Because of quarantine, kids and teens are going to be playing games more often, as this gives them a chance to connect with their friend and continue the relationship with them rather than just wasting away at home. So my final message to parents is this: you should not be concerned about your kids playing video games. By all means, restrict their time because playing any sort of thing all day is unhealthy. And don't let 3-year-olds play GTA 5, obviously. As they can't see their mates during this time, cut them a little slack, chill the f out, and have a lovely day. This has been Dumb News.
Hope we blew your socks off.
Take care, guys.